Welcome back to Sexy Mom Abundant Life, everybody. This is Kathy Williams, and we are talking about money. This thing that is energy that we've glumped on so many decisions and judgments and conclusions and justifications and ideas about deserving or undeserving. And I invited at the beginning of the show you to come. Actually, I didn't grab a money rain exercise at my website, meetkathywilliams.com. That is totally free. And then if you'd like to join us for 5 days of energetic exercises for money, that just started this morning. They're half hours, and you can join us live. Some people do, some people don't. They're all recorded, so you can listen again and again. And that class is at meetkathywilliams.com/upcoming, and you're welcome to just hop right in. So I'm gonna lead a little exercise now. This is one part of something we did this morning. And what it is recognizing the contribution that money already is to you. For example, you're listening to me on some device, whether it's your car radio or your phone or a computer, and money was involved in that device and involved in the computer being hooked up to the internet or the phone working. Right? And even if it wasn't your money, right? Money is a contribution to you already. And so just start to look around in the space that you are now and get a sense of like, oh yeah, money bought these clothes, even if they were given to you by your mother or by somebody. Like, money is a contribution to me through these clothes. Money is a contribution to me through these earrings. Money is a contribution to me through this chair. Like, how many ways is money actually already contributing to you? Then we can extrapolate this into when a bill comes. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so glad that I can pay the electric bill. I'm so grateful that my food stays cold, and in the refrigerator, and I can warm it up on the stove, and I can wash my clothes or take a hot shower or whatever it is. Like, celebrating the bills that come in instead of going, oh, this again, right? There's never enough. Well, guess what that's going to create? So if you're vibing to it's never enough, that's what you're asking for on some level. And the universe is like, oh, okay, cool. And when we've concluded there's never enough, we're actually cutting off our awareness to where there is more than enough. And so you could ask instead, like every time you go to a conclusion, you could ask a question. Oh, what would it take for there to be more than enough money so that money is left over at the end of the month? I have so much more money in my bank account than I even knew was possible for me, right? Different questions like that. And the ugh, like the contraction, comes in because we make money significant. We make it a big deal instead of, oh, okay, cool. Where else would money like to come from? How else would money like to show up? Like when we take an exhaling air, we don't go, oh no, I'm exhaling. Where's my next air going to come from? I mean, maybe you're saying that if you're underwater, but beyond that, you don't, because there's more than enough. So what are your points of view that keep you from knowing that there's also more than enough money? That money's available and that it's available to you with ease. See, money doesn't have a point of view like this person is nice, that person's mean, this person is tall, this person is short, this person worked really hard, so I'm going to come there. It doesn't have those kinds of points of view. People have those, but money doesn't have that. So are you willing to shine the flashlight of your awareness into more areas where money would like to come from? Yeah. When we conclude there's not enough, that's where we're shining the flashlight of our awareness. And that's what we're going to see. That's what's illuminated. When we're looking for, oh, what other ways would money like to come to me? Where else could money come from? What are the other possibilities with money I haven't considered? We're shining our flashlight in that direction. And it's not linear. It's not like, oh, I'm going to call this person and they're going to become my client. That can happen. But you can also ask, like, well, where can I go to receive more money? And you could go to the beach. And then for whatever reason, right, it's not linear, more money's in your PayPal account later that day. Is doing things that have a generative energy instead of a draining energy, a generative energy actually generate more, and often in the realm of money, cash, and wealth as well, because you're being a different energy. I mean, if you desire more money in your life, one of the things to look at is, what do I love doing? What would I love to do even if I weren't paid for it? Where else would money like to come from? Like, what's so easy for me that I've never even considered making money at it because I don't value it? See, a lot of the things that are easy for us, we don't consider valuable because, like, we think, oh, yeah, anyone can do that. But anyone can't do that. What's easy for you like that? Would you be willing to charge for that? One of the things, if you're looking to add more money in your life, you can start to list out, like, what do I love? What do I love doing? What have I loved doing in the past? What would I like to explore doing? I recently started painting, and it's so generative for me. We have a place on Maui where I live, just 10 minutes away from my house, called Island Art Party. And yesterday I got a free class because I had gone there so much. And it's so generative for me. I just love, like, being in that environment of music and painting and learning and expanding. And yeah, when I came home, I had a bunch of people signed up for my class. Like, I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just being the energy of expansion. And that's what occurs when we're that energy. We attract more of that. So, and everywhere you've decided, well, that might work for you, Kathy, but not for me. Or, yeah, I know that works for some people, but I'm the exception. Would you be willing to let go of that point of view? Because you can create that as true. Or you can step into a different possibility with money, with receiving. Now, there's this power that comes with having money. We all have power. Right? We all have power. It's that's not related to money. Many people are unwilling to have the power of money, because on this planet, money expands the possibilities that you can have with ownership. You know, like, if you would like to buy some acres of the rainforest, you can do that with money. If you would like to buy a company or shares of a company, you can do that with money, right? And so there's an influence that comes with it. And a lot of people are not willing to have that type of influence because they've seen it misused, right? They're like, oh, money's not spiritual, because they've seen people doing things with money that seem like yeah, those people are anti-consciousness. Those people are not using money to create good or more. Yet those people would make choices like that regardless of whether they have money or not, right? They're just not nice people. And then there are people, who are making amazing differences on the planet by using their money to help children go to school, or to teach meditation in schools, or to buy sections of the rainforest. There was this, I read it recently, this article about a billionaire who is using his money to create parks or something like that, like wildlife, not parks, but like to preserve a lot of the natural spaces on this planet. And it's like, he has like, the choices that we're making are either positive or negative, are not related to whether we have money or not. Like, people who want to make a huge difference on the planet, if they have a lot of money, they're going to make a huge difference in that positive way. So everywhere you've decided that people with power or money misuse it and create destruction, therefore you don't want to be one of those people, would you be willing to let that go? Collapse that back to energy. Wow. Yeah. And everywhere you're afraid of that kind of power, afraid that you would not use your money well, will you collapse all that back to energy? This is where it gets really useful to start to educate ourselves about money. Like, okay, how much does it cost me to live every month? I know this is also the place where people are like, yeah, I don't want to do that. It's part of the 4-day foundation class. And I know I think I taught it for 2 years before I actually did it, right? Where it's like, yeah, just going to skip over that part and go over here where it says, let me carry a nice wad of money in my purse. Okay, easy. Now the money part of looking at how much I spend, not so fun. Would you be willing to allow that to be fun? To look at where your money goes? Why? Because then you can start looking at like, oh gosh, I spend $90 a month on subscriptions for things I don't actually use. Oh, I spend $300 a month on Starbucks. Yeah, actually that is worth it to me. But, in order to just, I don't really care about the $300 jeans, so I'll buy my jeans for $20 so that I can drink more lattes. Whatever it is. So you can look at that give and take and push pull of where you spend your money and know where it's going. And ask for more and create more. When I started asking for $40,000 a month, it was fascinating. We started getting like business opportunities and different things, and a new rental house. That's amazing. And it's like these things the universe desires to contribute to you, money or whatever else, right? Money is not an unspiritual thing. Okay, money is a neutral thing. It's what you do with it, right? Like a knife is a neutral thing. You could use it to cut a lemon. You could use it to cut a rope that saves someone's life, or you could use it to kill someone, right? It's not the thing that's good or bad. It's how you use the thing. So you can start to look, ask for what it is you truly desire, and shine the flashlight of your awareness in these different directions. And then also, instead of having, after a while, if you have debt, pay off that debt. And instead of having debt, start to have a surplus. And then you have to look at, you get to, such a different phrase when we say we get to look at like, okay, where can I put this money that's going to generate more money for me? Where can I put it? Like, would a CD be a useful investment for me? It's going to earn a lot more interest than the bank account. Oftentimes the bank account earns a certain level of interest that's actually below inflation. Right? So inflation's going up. We all know this because gas costs more, or a gallon of milk. Is a better idea than gas, right? Because gas is like all over the place. Gallon of milk costs more than it did, what, 10 years ago, 5 years ago? So inflation, like the things cost more over time. Well, it's really useful to put your money in a spot where it keeps up or surpasses inflation. And there are lots of ways to do that. So it's a matter of like educating yourself and also starting to trust yourself. Well, that's a whole nother issue in itself, right? Everywhere you don't trust yourself with money, you've decided you're unaware with money or bought other people's points of view that you're not good with money, would you be willing to collapse that all back to energy? Woo! Yeah. So maybe when you're 5, you lost a $5 bill or something like that, and someone tells you, oh, you're not responsible with money, and then you just believe it. Maybe until you're 65, you believe it. Maybe, you know, and so it's like, whose beliefs about money are you making true for you? And would you be willing to let all those go back to them? Okay, so not being good with money requires on some level that we cut off our awareness in regard to it. So everywhere you've cut off your awareness, and in regard to money, would you be willing to have more awareness and allow yourself to function with more awareness in regard to other money than others? Okay. And that might give you the upper hand. It might give you the unfair advantage. Would you be willing to have that? It's only unfair if someone else is not willing to choose it. Okay, but they have it available too. All right, guys. So when we come back, we're going to do an exercise about clearing points of view about money. If you can be in a safe, quiet, undisturbed space, that's awesome. If not, it'll work anyway. Just don't close your eyes. All right, we'll see you back in just a moment. All right, welcome back to Sexy Mom Abundant Life, everybody. It's Kathy Williams, and we are talking about money. Now, before we dive into this exercise, I just wanted to give one of my quick, easy ways for keeping track of how much you're spending so you can have some more financial awareness. And it's to get a piece of paper and keep it, straight up and down like normal, and draw a line down the center of it, like straight from top to bottom. On one side, or you could do this on 2 different pieces of paper if you choose. On one side, you list what comes in. So, oh, I got this paycheck. Oh, I got this birthday check. Oh, I got, a bank dividend or whatever. I guess banks don't pay dividends, but you get the drift. All right. Then on the other side, you say, what I spent. I spent $11.45 on lunch today. I spent, spent $20 on gas, whatever it is. You write all that down to the penny. So one is a list of what's coming in. The other is a list of what's going out. Okay. Then when your credit card bill comes, or the electric bill and all these things, you add those. Like whatever you charged on the credit card, you get to look at like, oh yeah, that was from Costco, and that was whatever else, the lunch I charged on the card, and that was the health food store, and all these things. So you add them all up, and that gives you a sense. Now what you also need to add in is, let's say you spend $150 on your child's birthday. Well, how many children do you have? Okay, You take that amount, that total, and what you spend at the holidays, and divide it by 12. Right? So let's just say you spend $12,000. No, not $1,200. $1,200 at Christmas time. Well, that would mean 100 extra each month. All right, easy for the math. So you add that to whatever total you got for your month, and then you see, okay, I had X amount come in, I had X amount go out, and make sure you include whatever car stuff if you have a vehicle like that. And that way you have like, okay, baseline. And you do that for a couple of months. That way you get, oh, well, that month was an outlier. Like I spent way less or way more. You know, you have kind of an average. And then you start asking for more than that. And that can also help you look at, like, again, all those things that you're spending money on that maybe aren't worth it to you or are totally worth it, and you're willing to cut back in another area because of those. And then, you know, message me if you have questions about this, because this is my method. I'm sure there are lots of other methods to do this inventory, so to speak, and I'd love to hear your way as well. So now what we're going to do is a little exercise, and there's some fun questions about your financial reality I have put on YouTube too. Some other amazing explorations that help you look at, like, oh, what do I love about this thing that I say I don't like financially? And what do I hate about letting it go? So that kind of exploration can be super useful. So I have some short videos. If you go to Kathy Williams Public Figure on YouTube, you'll find those there. Okay, so if you have a quiet space that you can settle into, that would be amazing. I'm going to guide this exercise as though you're sitting up, although you can do it lying down, whatever works for you. And as we do this, I'd like you to imagine or sense an energetic waterfall washing over you and your aura. Okay, so all your energy bodies, whatever that is to you, this energetic waterfall is going to wash over and clarify, cleanse, and renew you. So first, and it can be any color you like. So first, we're going to ask it to clear away any memories, money memories, any imprinting, any mimicry that you experienced from birth to age 2. So anywhere you took on your parents' money tensions, anywhere you entrained to their points of view around money, anywhere you took on the idea of money as a limitation from birth to age 2, just allowing this waterfall to wash through you on a cellular and energetic level, clearing away all those points of view from your parents, from adults around you, from your siblings, from anyone, just clearing out all that imprinting, even from the news, perhaps, clearing it all away. And now from age 2 to age 7, all the imprinting, all the ideas, all the shoulds and shouldn'ts about money, just clearing those out of your body, out of your energy bodies, out of the space around you, releasing and letting go any imprinting, any mimicry, any duplication of anyone else's tensions and patterns with money, anyone else's money stories, and washing away all the messages you received about deserving or undeserving, having or not having what you had to earn, Any messages about deserving, and anything that keeps you from receiving on any level. All the decisions, judgments, and conclusions you have about worth, about value that you received from age 2 to age 7. And now, from age 7 to 14, all the money messages you received, all the tensions you took on, just clearing away anywhere you mimicked anyone else's money reality, anyone else's financial patterns, anything you glumped onto money, all the decisions, judgments, and conclusions, meaning of money. Just collapse all that back to energy and allow it to free flow out of you. Okay. Everything you decided money would bring or not bring, okay? Both the good and the bad. And now from age 14 to 21, all the messages you received about money, just allowing them to be cleansed and flow out of you. And all the mountains of evidence you have to support those messages, collapsing those back to energy, just allowing them to flow out of you. All the points of view you took on that made money significant, more significant than joy, more significant than ease. All the points of view that create money as significant, just allow those to free flow out of you, out of your body. Ooh, there's a lot of unconsciousness moving. Good. All the decisions, judgments, and conclusions about you in regard to money, allowing those to flow out of you. All the decisions, judgments, and conclusions that you took on from others or others projected at you in regard to money. Just allow those to free flow out of you. All the points of view you decided that you don't have capacities with money, or money doesn't come with ease. Just allow those to free flow out of you. Good. And all the worry you may have taken on, allow that to free flow out. And now all the points of view from age 21 and beyond that you've taken on about money that limit you from having a financial reality that's calm and joyful and has ease, just collapse those back to energy. Allow those to free flow. Yeah. All the projections and expectations of money, about you regarding money, just allow those to flow out. Any and all ideas of not enough, allow those to flow out. And everywhere you decided that, well, if it were too easy, it wouldn't be valuable to me. I'm only willing to have it if it's hard. You let those all go. Okay. And any other points, any other mountains of evidence or points of view that keep you from having money with ease, just collapse those all back to energy. And anything else that comes up. Anyone else's financial reality you've duplicated or mimicked or taken on, just collapse that all back to free-flowing energy and allow it to leave you, your body, your field, all of it. Good. Now, what energy can you be to embody a financial reality of ease, of joy, and of possibility? What energy can you be? What consciousness can you be to create more money with total ease? See, it takes a lot of effort for us to cut off the possibilities of money. But it actually takes more effort to cut off the possibilities than to tap into the possibilities. So everywhere you're cutting off your awareness in the realm of money, and in the realm of what to do with it, how to receive it, where it can come from, would you be willing to let all of that go? Would you be willing to have more than enough money? More money than you could ever spend? And all the points of view you have that, because I can hear, isn't it greedy or isn't that, but other people don't have that. Yeah, they don't have that because they're not choosing that. They don't have that because they're not tapped into that as a possibility. There are people who have gone from nothing to making millions because of one idea. Those people are willing to have millions. Okay. And there are people who have gone from millions to nothing, also because of their points of view. The lottery winners who win money and then they're not used to having it. They're uncomfortable with having it and they spend it all. All right. So everywhere you've decided, oh yeah, that would be me and I'm not willing to have that or do that or be that, would you be willing to let that go? Right. This is where it's useful to start an account to watch your money grow. Like, yeah, every month without me even seeing it there, the bank takes it and puts it into this account. Because have you ever noticed, like, if you have a dinner plate and it's a big plate, you'll usually get more food. And if it's a small plate, you'll usually eat less. Because it's there, like there's space. And so when you see the money in your account, oftentimes many people will just spend it, as opposed to like automatically $500 is deducted or automatically $100 is deducted, and you don't even see that. So you don't spend it, but it's there for you. All right, guys, money is a conversation I love. So if you have more questions about money, we'll do another money show. Like, this is a broad topic. And if you'd like to hop in, 5 days of energetic exercises and pulls for money, wealth, finances, and more, visit meetkathywilliams.com/upcoming. I always love hearing your show ideas, so keep them pouring in. And see you next week. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great week. And if you can't wait till next week, iTunes, SoundCloud, and www.iom.fm. Thanks, everybody, and aloha.